Hey everybody, so in today's video we're going to be reacting to a Peterbot video made by Timmy FNBR. Make sure to check him out, like and subscribe, and let's get straight into it.
To back FNCS majors.
That's true.
And broke multiple world records along the way while doing it. But there's one question that everybody is asking. Can Peterbot do it again?
Ooh, that's
the
question.
Of who can overtake Peterbot, though, we do need to talk about just how dominant he was in 2024. Many of you have probably seen this incredibly in-depth hour-long video I made about Peter's journey, so you can go watch that later for more details, but I'll just be doing a brief recap of his 2024 season. Peter just finished the best year of competitive Fortnite to date, and it all
that's really true.
When Peter and his duo Pollo took home second place.
Peterbot and Pollo in second. Peterbot was...
Yo, like, when I saw this, I didn't, like, really think much, but I didn't know who Pollo was. But Peterbot really wasn't in the top 3 leaderboards in a hot minute. So when I saw Peterbot, I was like, oh, wow, Peterbot. Last time he won FNCS was, like, Chapter 3, and this is Chapter 5. But maybe he's making a comeback. But I did not know that that was the start of a massive comeback, so...
was putting on an absolute highlight reel. The broadcast was showing some of the most ridiculous shots I have ever seen out of them.
Following Major 1, everyone thought that Acorn and Cold were the team to watch out for. But Peterbot and Pollo had something to say about it. They would then go on the next week to play the first ever perfect Cash Cup with 6 out of 6 wins. Check this out.
They got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. That pressure be cold.
Like, when I saw this, I was so surprised. Like, I never knew anybody could just win every single game in the Cash Cup. But this is why Peterbot and Pollo were built different. But later you can see that Peterbot dropped Pollo. So I don't know why.
My blessings, I feel like I'm calling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm going to do something that's why I ain't calling. Phone the back person, the solid I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon it dumb because they got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money.
Nice. Oh my god. Let's go.
After that, the duo was confident and could win Major 2.
I'm gonna let you know right now, there's no world where I don't win this grand. There's no world. I'm going to win this grand, guaranteed.
And they did just that. This
For real.
absolutely insane duo not only won, but also broke the point record on day 1.
Yo, like, that was freaking insane when I saw that. I was like, I remember I was in school watching YouTube.
And day 2 of the major.
And that was kind of crazy to me.
Oh, I hear. That's right. These guys have just broken the previous record for most points in a single day. The last time we saw this was OCE, Chapter 4, Major number 2 from Sons and Anon.
Pollo still hanging out way up above the clouds.
That's what's impressive about this. Peterbot is down here
1.5K.
fighting everyone while Pollo's like, hey man, I'll make sure I lock in the win. One for no scope, okay?
Don't feed them the splashes. Don't feed them the splashes.
Oh my god!
Holy shit. Just pulled off one of the
Yeah, it was so crazy when they won.
ever seen in Fortnite in such a dominant fashion with such an unprecedented amount of points. These guys are the real deal.
Like, that was actually so crazy when they won. Nobody knew that this was just the
For some
beginning.
people, one major win would be the highlight of their
Just
career.
the
I mean,
beginning.
one of my last videos about Clicks is how he hasn't even won an FNCS yet, and he's been playing since the World Cup. But Peterbot wasn't happy with just one win. He wanted the back-to-back. And although Peter had been destroying everyone this year,
back-to-back.
people were skeptical that he would be able to win 2 FNCS majors in a row. But Peter is all about proving people wrong.
It is confirmed. Peterbot and Pollo have done it. The back-to-back has happened.
Yo, that was so crazy when I also saw this. Back-to-back FNCS wins.
And they're taking that. They're gonna take
And they did it with so much dominance.
in September as a big
Fighting everybody.
Like, hey, we're the ones that want to take it all home.
Peter, with his duo Pollo, won the elusive back-to-back FNCS championships. This was absolutely insane and hadn't been done since Booga and Miro did it all the way back in Chapter 2. And while this was impressive, Peterbot's season was far from over. He still had to play
Grand
in
Royal
2024 Global Championships in Fort Worth, Texas.
Global Champ-
Once again, people didn't think that he
So
would win
stupid.
another major tournament in a row, especially because this tournament had brand new competitors from all over the world. This wasn't just a regional FNCS, this was globals. But Peterbot was still very confident.
You must feel amazing going into this as well. I mean, you guys, eliminations, you guys are strong going into this. How do you feel?
Feel good, and I'm confident, and I think we're gonna win.
And this confidence was not for nothing because he
Yes,
went
you
on
see
to
how
yet
confident
again
he
win.
looked when he was saying that? And I think we're gonna win. Like, hello.
For the FNCS Global Champions 2024, Peterbot Porter!
However, shortly after the Global Championships ended, Epic Games would announce their plans for the next
Trios.
season.
I can't even believe it. We just wrapped up 2024. Just an
3
amazing
back-to-back
year of
FNCSs. That's actually
what's the plan for
unseen.
2025. Oh, $8 million in prize pool. That's actually really awesome. The players are gonna be really excited to hear that. Wait, I'm sorry, step back. Did you say trios? We're going back to trios?
You might only watch like 10 minutes of this.
Did
Siphon?
you say siphon?
You heard that
Yes,
right.
sir.
Trios is making its big
Siphon.
return for the first time since 2021. It's been over
Yo,
3
fuck,
years
I don't
since
even
we
have
had
a duo. I need to
competitive
find a
version of
trio.
Trios.
That's
And that
kinda
means
crazy.
that every pro player has to now change their strategy completely. And I'm gonna talk more about how I think trios might be the downfall of Peter's perfect year. And later, I'm gonna talk about how Peter's playstyle doesn't necessarily lend itself to trios and how that could be one of the biggest factors in him not repeating what he did last year. The 2025 majors probably won't start until February, which means that players have 3 or 4 months to figure out what they're going to do as far as a trio, but with all of these big changes, it makes you wonder, will Peterbot's success continue onto the next season, or was it just one stroke of luck? And if Peterbot is going to fall,
I mean,
for the
it can't
race,
be-
who will take it?
It can't have been luck because it was 3 back-and-back, so that's not luck. That just takes luck off the table.
Spot at the top of competitive Fortnite. While I do think that Peterbot's success is almost purely based on his skill, I don't think he would be nearly as successful if he hadn't had a few factors play in last year. I have 3 reasons to why I personally believe Peterbot will not be able to replicate his success again.
Okay, to me, let's hear them.
And before I get into this, I'm not saying that Peterbot isn't a great player. In fact, there's a very
You should
likely
go.
chance that he is the greatest Fortnite player of all time. I'm simply offering my opinion and the evidence as to
4
why he
FNCS
did
ones.
have an easier season than some other players. First
Okay.
is Peterbot deciding to drop Pollo. Peterbot and Pollo teamed up in late 2023 after Peter
Like-
reached out to Pollo.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you drop Pollo? Pollo's like the best. Like, Pollo might even be a little bit better than Peter. He helped Peter win.
Asking to duo.
So you were a fan of Peter. Did he reach out to you to play, or did you reach out to him?
I reached out to him.
Really?
Okay, so he was. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. He carried his teammate Sphinx last year. I just knew how good he was because we were coached by the same coach. I would watch him every tournament I could. I just knew that like we were gonna be the best duo.
I mean, the same thing happened with Booga, but we actually never ended up playing, so.
Since joining up, these two have been absolutely unstoppable. As you guys just saw in the previous section where I was breaking down Peter's success, Pollo was there every single step of the way, which is why everybody was shocked when Peterbot told the world he would be dropping Pollo and looking for a different trio.
Me and Pollo are split up for trios, chat.
I mean, this literally shocked everybody. Fortnite has never had a more consistent duo ever, and Peterbot is throwing all of that out the window barely a month after the globals they just won. I mean, I've seen some people say that Peterbot carries Pollo, and maybe that's why Peter is dropping him, but I don't think that could be further from reality.
Pollo's better than Booga. Like, Pollo's better than Booga. Like, why are you going cold Peterbot Booga? I'm pretty sure when you could just go cold Peterbot Pollo. PPC duo trio, PPC trio, bro. Like.
You see, Pollo balances out Peter very well. As a duo, Pollo is like the brains of the operation, and even Peter would admit that himself.
Feels a little better for me because Peter's been known for a while, but this year I came up, I guess. He's definitely better at getting eliminations, but I think I'm smarter than him. And he'll probably tell you that as well.
But if you don't believe me or Peterbot's opinion, just look at Peter's placements before meeting Pollo. Don't get me wrong.
Yo, that's actually kind of wild. 116 to duo cash grip's not bad. 256 is not bad. Solo, duo, solo, duo. 2018 Poli is not good.
Peter was incredibly successful to a level that me or most of you watching will ever reach. However, somebody that's as aggressive and fighting oriented as Peter needs somebody who's a lot more calm and passive like Pollo to balance.
Definitely what I'm talking about.
Trios being the new game mode, passive play will be rewarded heavily, as fighting isn't rewarded as much in a trios meta, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. Because first, I want to talk about some of these other trios that are popping up that will be contesting Peterbot. Because after all, Peterbot isn't the only one looking for a new trio. See, everyone is putting together new and improved teams because with switching from duos to trios, nothing is positive and plenty of people are going to be getting snaked. While we won't know who's truly going to be trioing together until later in the year or early next year, we do have some great ideas of who might end up together. Just based on how people have been doing in various cash cups, we can say that there's a couple super teams.
Pollo got second?
Peterbot's ex-duo Pollo has teamed with the up-and-coming duo of Bolts and Rapid. And the duo Bolts and Rapid have been getting top 5s the entire year in cash cups, along with a couple of wins and a trio 4th place with Pollo. Also, just so you guys know, I'll be releasing a video in just a few days about Bolts. And I actually got to interview him and ask him about his childhood and all of his recent success. So you guys won't want to miss out on that.
Yo, guys, make sure to subscribe if you want to watch that one.
On top of that trio, we need to also talk about Agers, Ritual, and Acorn. As many of you know, Acorn, who's Cold's old duo, is one of the best players and fighters in the world. And they recently just got 2nd place in the Trios Cash Cup. Agers as well as Ritual are also some of the best players in the entire world, and this trio is looking deadly. On top of that, there is another big piece of news that many of you may not have heard about yet. There has been some rumors, and I cannot confirm this, that Clix might be bringing Veno back to North America for next season. And that would be absolutely insane. Clix is already planning to play with Rise, who is one of the best players in the world. And if you add Veno on top of that, this could be one of the most dynamic trios we've seen in a very long time. And on top of all of those trios, we have to realize this is Fortnite. There's always a risk or possibility of a new player coming up and absolutely destroying the competition. And not to mention, there are plenty of cheaters in the game right now who could be affecting tournaments even more because it's already become a huge problem this season. And I'm going to be doing a whole video about
that's true.
So make sure you guys watch out for that as well. Peter is teaming up with perhaps the only fighter in the entire world that's just as good, if not better than him, and that is Cold. Coming first
Cold is actually a very good fighter.
Major 1 of last year, Cold is definitely a force to be reckoned with. And
that's
their
true.
Trio is none other than the World Cup champion himself, Booga. So if you ask me, Peter, Cold, and Booga could absolutely take home as many FNCS
Booga is definitely playing
want,
IGL or support. He's not a fighter. Never.
At least at first glance. You see,
on paper,
very different form.
On paper, this would be a good trio, but it probably wouldn't play out as good as you would think so.
Than trios. Trios rewards team play and sticking together, and having all 3 of your team members still alive in endgame, as opposed to the duos meta, which can reward solo clutching. And speaking of the difference in format, Peterbot's playstyle might not exactly adapt well to this change. See, over the years during the duo meta, he's become known for solo clutching and being a very aggressive player.
Yeah, but how are you supposed to solo clutch a trio? If a whole trio, say the 2 members of your trio die, and then another trio rushes you, how are you supposed to clutch? Yeah, like, nah. I'm gonna skip a bit because of this is getting a bit long. I'm just gonna skip like 15.
The most broken item in the history of Fortnite. This gives the players a huge advantage during late game when materials were low. It also let them know when there was a solo that they could jump in on. Plus, she also dropped the Striker Burst AR, which is another incredibly overpowered item that makes getting Surge super easy. So overall, Peter was really taking advantage of all the new changes that each season brought. Now, to be fair, I think the reason that Peterbot was able to access all of these things is because people feared him. See, having such good mechanical skills and talent meant that nobody wanted to contest Peterbot and Pollo. So you can't completely say
that's true. That's true.
Overpowered items because they did in fact have to prove that they deserved to land there. However, they did still get a huge advantage from them, and we don't know what Chapter 6 will hold. Will there be new POIs?
Damn, that's freaking crazy. Chapter 6 already.
I don't know, but we won't really know about that until Chapter 6 comes out later this year. Overall, I think Epic Games has really nerfed Peterbot. I mean, from taking away duos, which is his preferred format, and also removing his POIs, which isn't really their fault, and also adding Siphon back, which will make it a lot more difficult for Peter to jump on weak players. Listen, don't get me wrong, Peterbot is a generational talent, and he has been a player to watch for some time now, and I think he will continue to dominate Fortnite for as long as he decides to play it. But that being said, I just don't see a world where Peter could have 2024 all over again. Well, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below on whether or not we're going to see Peterbot recreate a success. I'm super excited to see him play, as well as some of these other young up-and-coming players. So comment down below who else you'd like to see me make a video or documentary about, because I'm always looking for new ideas. And if you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe and click this video right here, and I'll see.
Alright, so my thoughts. I also agree with Timmy. I don't think Peterbot's gonna have a very good year as 2024, but I think he still might win 1 or 2 FNTSs, which will cement him as the GOAT. If he gets 6, he will be the GOAT. If he gets 7, he will be cemented 100,000% the greatest of all time. But also Miro, if he comes back to Fortnite, because Trails is his. Hope you liked and subscribed, and if you want more reaction videos, make sure to type down below, and have a good day. Bye everybody.